Hey loves, I wanted to do something different this time. Instead of doing a story, I was going to do short stories and 2-sentence creepypastas for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I guess this is technically my intro and outro. So let's get started. So the first story is called This New Old House by BatoutofHell 821. We bought an old house, my boyfriend and I. He's in charge of the new construction, converting the kitchen into the master bedroom, for instance, while I'm on wallpaper removal duty. Previous owners papered every wall and ceiling. Moving it is brutal, but oddly satisfying. The best feeling is getting a long peel, similar to your skin when you're peeling from a sunburn. I don't know about you, but I kind of make a game of peeling, on the hunt for the longest piece before it rips. Under a corner section of paper in every room is a person's name and a date. Curiosity got the best of me one night when I Googled one of the names and discovered the person was actually a missing person. The missing date matching the date under the wallpaper. The next day, I made a list of names and dates. Sure enough, each name was for a missing person with dates to match. We notified the police, who naturally sent out the crime scene team. I overheard one text say, "Yep, it's human." Human? What's human? Ma'am, where's the material you removed from the walls already? This isn't wallpaper you were removing. When late at night, I find my wife weeping at the kitchen table. I asked, "Honey, what's wrong? Why are you crying?" "Because," she said, and showed me the bloody knife in her hand, "no matter what I do, you won't stay dead." Growing up, I always wanted to be just like my mother. I smiled as I swallowed the last bit of her, remembering how she always told me, "You are what you eat." You said I needed to let go of my control from time to time. Now that you're bleeding and looking terrified, I bet you regretted suggesting it. I woke up to hear knocking on the glass. At first, I thought it was the window until I heard it come from the mirror again. The last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long, rotting nails through my chest, her other hand muffling my screams. I bolted upright, relieved it was only a dream. Saw my alarm clock read 12:06. I heard my closet door creak open. Growing up with cats and dogs, I got used to the sounds of scratching at my door while I slept. Now that I live alone, it is unsettling. In all the time that I've lived alone in this house, I swear to God, I've closed more doors than I've opened. A girl heard her mom yell her name from downstairs, so she got up and started to head down. As she got to the stairs, her mom pulled her into her room and said, "I heard that too." She asked why I was breathing so heavily. I wasn't. My wife woke me up last night to tell me there was an intruder in our house. She was murdered by an intruder 2 years ago. I always thought my cat had a staring problem. She always seemed fixated on my face, until one day when I realized that she was always looking behind me. There's nothing like laughter of a baby, unless it's 1 a.m. and you're home alone. I was having a pleasant dream when what sounded like hammering woke me. After that, I could barely hear the muffled sound of dirt covering the coffin over my own screams. "I can't sleep," she whispered, crawling into bed with me. I woke up cold, clenching the dress she was buried in. I began tucking him into bed, and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath for his amusement and see him, another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." I can't move, breathe, speak, or hear, and it's so dark all the time. If I knew it'd be this lonely, I would have been cremated instead. She went upstairs to check on her sleeping toddler. The window was open, and the bed was empty. There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping. I live alone. The longer I wore it, the more it grew on me. She had such pretty skin. You're in the woods with a friend. He runs off, and you are looking for him. You shout, "Marco!" as a joke, and hear at least 20 voices surrounding you respond, "Polo."